Hello everyone, Ace here, and having just gotten back from seeing Godzilla Minus One, I can safely say that I was not expecting a libertarian film, but that is most certainly what I ended up getting. And for those who haven't seen the movie, first off, I'm going to keep this video as spoiler-free as possible, and secondly, I thoroughly recommend that you go see it. It's a blast of a film to watch in my opinion. But getting back to the topic at hand, how is this film a libertarian film, you might ask? Well, to once again keep it as spoiler-free as possible, one of the major points of the entire film can be summed up as the private sector does things better than the government, including when it comes to national emergencies. In fact, the film is outright anti-government to several degrees because the government ends up making things worse in numerous various ways. To provide one example that I believe is fairly spoiler-free, a government is outright involved in accidentally making Godzilla the monster that he is for most of the film. Not really a spoiler when you realize this is a Godzilla film and know how Godzilla tends to be created, but that is worth pointing out. Now, this by its own would not make Godzilla Minus One a right-wing libertarian film, but when you have one of the main characters doing a speech about how the government has failed spectacularly and does not value human life in the slightest, to the tune of talking in detail about the inferior tanks that the Japanese military was using, the bad logistics system that caused half the Japanese military to die of starvation or disease rather than actual combat during the war, the lack of pilot safety, and of course the kamikaze attacks themselves, and how they, a private organization and therefore part of the private sector, are different and superior to the government. Well, it's not exactly difficult to see what point the film is trying to drive home. And like I said, I was not expecting this from Godzilla Minus One, but here we are. And there is plenty more I could talk about that reinforces this whole idea. Unfortunately, doing that would most certainly be getting into spoiler territory, and I don't want to ruin the film for you guys. So I'm going to finish by saying once again that I absolutely recommend that you watch the film. It's a blast and you won't regret it. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.